I mean, Ericsson it builds connectivity out for the world's networks, and in the IoT team, we make sure that things are connected, and that's a new angle to connectivity. Connecting things is going to bring huge demands on the network, but in fact, the networks are adapting quite fast. We've adding 5G capability soon. This will add sort of faster response times, much higher capacities, but we're also adding capacity at the low end with low power coverage, which would be good for when you need batteries or things in places where no one's going to go for 10 years, right? So the capability is being stretched. I think networks are absolutely going to be able to cope with the capacity needed, but where we see a need to develop further is if you look at your smartphone, the sort of apps you have and the massive amount of apps available, that's not working the same way in the IoT world, and that's because there is not the same standardization in the operating system or the chipset as we have in the smartphone world. We need to get to that point where app developers want to develop things for things or applications for things. Yeah, well, we see that digital transformation is really a hot topic in the boards and the C-levels of industries all over the world right now, because they're looking at how can they evolve their product beyond what it is today. Today, products are manufactured. They tend to be sort of physical things, but inside it's software driven, and increasingly it's the software which adds value to the product. Now, companies want to be able to add new functionality more frequently to the product. It means your product needs to be connected over the air for over-the-air updates, right? And the second thing you might want to do is then, instead of sell a product, you might want to lease it on a monthly basis, provide it as a service, and that offers a whole new way of engaging with your customer too. So I mean, now if we see everything connected to each other, this raises sort of opportunities and issues. In terms of opportunities, IoT world is not yet scaling in the same way as the consumer world had, so it means costs are a little bit higher. We'd like to see us reach the point where there are more standards in the operating systems on devices or the semantics used for programmers to address devices. Once we get that critical mass going, I think there'll be enormous fast take-up for IoT connectivity. And one of the turning points might even be augmented reality. When we get glasses or things which are really convenient, suitable, and do the job, and we can overlay the digital world as we walk around, I think that would be a game changer and would boost things quite quickly. So I mean, when we talk to companies, we see quickly that they first want to connect their products, but that's to pull up the transactional data that the product generates. And this is huge amounts of data, what the report calls the data deluge. But it's not the data alone. Yes, it can be used for analytics and insight. It can be used to improve the product. The real value comes from data when you share it with other companies, share it with your customers to enable innovation. So really it's all about what data can we share. And then we need to balance the need for innovation, which needs the sharing, with what data do we need to protect for our company confidentiality, and balance that with what do we need to protect of our customers' privacy. So that discussion needs to be had with all the players, and it's a very important topic right now. The benefit of next generation connectivity is probably things we don't even know right now. I mean, what is happening? What has happened in the past is we've had the digital world made available to us. Then we've started to overlay the digital world onto the physical. So now fleet cars have map systems, sort of cars on the dashboard that enables the ride sharing, which is now transforming the logistic industry, not just the taxi industry. But what's coming next is embedded connectivity, where the digital and the physical world really come together. And I think that's just going to open up a whole new bunch of capabilities from our products which we can hardly even know yet.